My name is Ryan Labee, and I'm with military.com.
Hey Ryan, thanks for having
Hey.
us.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be able to talk to both of you. So I'll just jump into it since we don't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah,
This movie had such a great like 80s survival energy. So I
yeah.
was curious for both of you. It's Friday night, you walk into your local video store in the 80s. What would be on the shelf next to War Machine?
Um, I would say it would be Deliverance with a I would take out Predator as well. I'd loan that one out, and then I'd loan out Alien, and I'd also loan out Aliens. Um, Geez, how many movies could I do? Five for $5, 5 weeklies for $5. Remember that era?
Dollar rentals, yeah.
Yeah.
So for Patrick, even with
Yeah.
like the larger than life like sci-fi elements, the all the training in the beginning of the film feels very grounded and realistic and tactile. How important
Yeah.
was it for you to root the spectacle in like that real world soldiering?
Yeah, look, we did a lot of research and just, we had military advisors who were ex-Rangers as well. And, getting to work with the Department of Defense and getting their sign off and speaking with these real world Rangers. So we were able to replicate exactly sort of the fundamental sort of structure of the course. And the thing I found interesting, certainly from a storytelling aspect, is because essentially it's a film about the search for warriors, and that's what these selection programs are all about. And everyone assumes, well, it's just the guy with the biggest muscles that is the guy that's physically going to destroy the course and get through it. And ultimately, they're quite often the ones that tap out the first, because what the warrior definition of a warrior is physical, mental, and emotional fortitude. And you really need those three to retain the leadership. And I think that's what, really appealed to Alan and I when we told this story, was like looking at a character that had to go through that arc to combine all three of those aspects, because some of them had been suppressed.
Rangers are the spearhead of the United States Army. Do you understand me? Yes, sir, Sergeant!
Hey, slow down, Superman. Making the rest of us look bad.
You can expect your emotional, physical, and mental strength to be pushed to the limit.
Over to you, Alan. Your character 81 isn't just like this hard charging, rock stoic guy. I mean, he is, but you also have this great like stoic emotional turmoil underneath that you do so well. And I was just curious, how did you work with those military experts to shape that performance?
That's a good question. A lot of the work that we do together is very technical. We want to get the rules right. We want to honor these men and women that serve around the world. And I think the thing that drew me to the film, that emotional thread, was really more about like tapping into the shame of my own personal experiences and how that might relate to the character's personal experiences. And I'm a middle child. I've got two brothers. So I understand the sibling aspect of it. So it was really finding a way to marry my personal experiences with 81s in a way that was effective. But like Patrick put so much of that into the script and on the page. That it was really easy to understand the soul of this film when making it.
And a lot of that came from just doing a lot of research, and I was sending a lot of it to Alan as well. Like I made a little booklet for him about all the research I'd done in order to write the script and the stories I'd found. I found this story of these two brothers that made a pact agreement that they were going to sign up for Navy SEALs when they were in Afghanistan. I thought that was a really interesting aspect. And then it was going through online and looking at the sort of healing process that goes on after soldiers have been through a sort of traumatic episode. And I just found some really incredible interviews, and I read a lot of books on the subject and found that the real heart and soul of this movie, as much as it's this banging sort of action sci-fi, it's also got a tremendous amount of vulnerability that Alan, that's why I cast him, because it's very, very unique to have an action movie star that can also play vulnerable. And I think that's what makes it appealing for audiences.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And that was the biggest thing I took away from it. I mean, the action is obviously incredible. You guys did some amazing work, but yeah, Alan, the what you bring to the role is really great. So, was there any? Oh yeah, absolutely. Was there any kind of like physical or tactical preparation that you did specifically with the Army Rangers or anything for this flick?
We had them around in pre-production and on set to make sure that we were trained up and looking good. And there's some weapons training and some boot camp style training. I also I fortunately can draw from a lot of the experience that I have in other work and Reacher, and I play a lot of military guys, so I'm able to grab from a little bit of all my past. But yeah, it was we were staffed up well to make sure that we had eyes on our performances to make sure that it was looking authentic.
So good. We're gonna give you more help on this next one. Sorry, whatever. Got it. He's not acting.
Here we go, camera going up.
I'm gonna level with you real quick. I am the most tired I've ever been. This is a tough one.
Well, I think that's my time. I just want to say thank you both so much for having me, and this was great, and I loved your movie. So,
thanks so much.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.